Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We tapped in. I'm bringing y'all another banger. And as y'all know, man, Snoop Dogg is filing for a divorce. And why is he filing for a divorce? Hey, man, if you ain't figured it out, if you ain't looked at the children, I said this a long time ago. He got 3 sons and a daughter. And the daughter has no trait of him whatsoever. They look alike in no way, shape, or form. But I don't know. Hey, man, the proof's in the pudding after the DNA test. But before I get to this video, guys, I'd like you guys to hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and guys, talk to me in the comments below. Now, guys, I want y'all to listen, man. I took some notes for this, and, I got some video to show you. So if a lot of you youngsters wasn't around, guys, I'm 49, and I was there before Snoop Dogg was Snoop Dogg, when his name was Snoop Rock. You understand what I'm saying? Up off the east side of Long Beach, attended Long Beach Poly High School when he was with Shante Broadus when they first came together. So let me give y'all a little backstory real quick about what's going on. And then let me just show you guys a video and just chop it with y'all a little bit more, because some of you guys will understand, some of you young kids won't, because, hey, man, you wasn't mentally connected to this game yet. So now, Snoop, as you know, Shawnte Broadus is his high school sweetheart. They've been together since high school. And she was with him when he came to Death Roa during the Death Roa days. They didn't have much money. They was kind of broke. And as you know, being everything that happened at Death Roa, when Tupac was deleted, hey, man, Pac and Snoop was not on the best. They was not on the best of terms. And at this point, hey, man, Snoop had to leave Death Roa, and that's when he went to No Limit. But see, what I respect about Snoop kept him a beautiful black queen. Shout out to the beautiful black queens out there, man. He stayed down with the beautiful black queen that stayed down with him until he came up. And she been riding or die with him for a long time. And that's what this video is about, y'all. See, when you got that ride or die in your corner, man, hey, man, we all fall short of the glory and the grace of God. God knows I do, and I have. But the thing is, man, these women are built, his wife is built so strong, man, she stayed down for the crown. She stayed down for his crown, even sometimes when it wasn't no reason. Sometimes people have a marriage that only they can understand. Can you dig it? But if y'all don't remember, man, Snoop had to go to No Limit to get Master P's protection. And what did she do? Got right up and relocated her family without question. Can you dig it? Without question. Went to Louisiana, got put back on with No Limit. He was doing bad. His money was even funny. She stayed with him through all that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, even through all the cheating, it's been many, many occasions. But one in particular I'm going to get to, when they were contemplating divorce, because Snoop was out there in the streets cheating, y'all. But, through their beautiful union, they have 4 children. They got 4 children. They got 3 sons, Corday, Julian, and their little daughter, Corey, a.k.a. Chocolate. Now, we're going to get to Corey later on in this video, because that's what this DNA test is all about, is Corey. So, if you listen, I'm going to tell you how it comes into play and why this whole DNA test comes into play and what Snoop was doing. Because, see, sometimes when people in this celebrity world, they want to keep their business so secret. So, when people are having babies out of wedlock, they just accept the babies. Now, you look around, man, there's a few celebrities out here that got babies that don't look like them. But because one of the two was cheating and the woman might have had the baby on the man or vice versa, hey, they didn't want to break up that union. And I believe this is what happened. And I always had my concerns about it. So check it out. Man, they've been having marital affairs in the public eyes. But one particular time, here's the particular time for those who know. Around 2013, Snoop D-O-double-G, man, that's when the church, a.k.a., Bishop Don Juan, Bishop Seymour, you dig? Pimpin' Ken, all the big names, Scorpio, you dig? Gorgeous Dre was locked up. Fillmore Slim, that's when the church had the church on the move, and it was popping, and man, it was popping. Good Game, Pimp Juju out of DC. It was a lot of good, isms with the game, and Snoop was a part of the church. Now, if he was a part of the church, that's what Snoop was trying to put his pimp hand down, and he was doing some pimping. He actually won a player's ball back there in 2013. You dig? He had on a nice green mink coat, green suit with these lime green, money green gaiters on. So he was doing a little pimping, and that put a lot of stress on the marriage, y'all, because that put a lot of stress on the marriage. And out of Snoop's mouth, he had prostitutes. He had 304s he was breaking on them each and every day. So press and pause, man. That like button and that subscribe button, people. I know I'm giving some of y'all some information you've never even heard of. Y'all didn't even know Snoop was with the pimping. Nah, man, he's certified. Actually had his player's card straight from the Bishop Don Magic Wand. This is why they're so close. So anyway, back to the story. See, the infidelity had been going on. So you can't be in the pimp game and have a wife and kids and family. That just don't work. See, so, man, this black woman has put up with a whole lot of stuff throughout the years. The cheating, the cheating. It's always been the cheating. It's always been the cheating. And her being a strong black woman, man, she ain't do nothing but make her move when it was time to make her move. That's why, man, they've been filing for these divorces. Now, as you see, man, you can't have a family and pimp at the same time. But now, cheating has been this conversation, man. The biggest problem in their relationship for quite some time. And Shawnte Broadus, hey, man, she got to the point to where she said, hey, instead of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a money thing. See, black women are the smartest women on this planet, okay? She ain't just going to leave her husband. Why would she do that? She has so much time invested in this man. But guess what? What she did was she became Snoop Dogg's manager. That's what they start calling her, the boss lady. So that means she got action at wherever Snoop is at, and she keeps track of every dime. And best believe, people, she was waiting for that right time to leave. So now, it has become too much. It's become too much lately, right? The cheating has become way too much. And as you know, in the last few years, Snoop Dogg purchased what? Death Roa Records. And remember this, guys, any type of assets that you obtain through your marriage, hey man, they get half. So as they're going through this divorce, Shante Broadus was a smart black woman. Yeah, she sat back and she took it. She accepted the cheating. Allegedly, she even had Corey Broadus, which is Little Chocolate, the girl, with another man. And Snoop just claims him. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world. And like I said, at one point in time, Snoop Dogg lived out here in Las Vegas, and one of his sons played quarterback for Bishop Gorman and then went on to UCLA. And so you would see them at the game. And I mean, all three of the boys, they look just like Snoop. They got all his features. But the daughter doesn't, and she's chocolate. None of the boys are chocolate. But hey, I was told allegedly there was a DNA test connected to all of this. But hold up, y'all. I don't want to hold you. Let me show y'all a little video, man, just to kind of show y'all what's going on. Hold up.
Stepped up as my wife and handled that. And it's been many times where I've been at my lowest, and she's always been the strongest to get me back up to get back out there. You got to get back out there and do what you do. Don't worry about what's happening over here. I'm going to handle that.
Snoop Dogg's entire legacy, the family man, the devoted father, the hip-hop patriarch, might be built on a lie, and not just any lie. A lie so massive it could rewrite the history of one of music's most iconic dynasties. Multiple sources close to the rapper confirm that Snoop has recently obtained DNA test results proving that none of his 4 children with Shawnte Broadus, Cordell, Corey, and Julian, are biologically his. This isn't ordinary gossip. This is a legal time bomb, and Snoop is reportedly preparing to file for divorce with one goal: exposing the truth, no matter who it destroys.
The turmoil and the stuff that I put her through in my journey on becoming successful, because I had no understanding of what I was doing her, how I was hurting her.
For nearly 3 decades, the Broadus family has stood as an untouchable institution. To fans, Snoop and Shawnte represented endurance in a business built on betrayals. Married since 1997, they renewed their vows in 2008 after a brief 2004 separation, projecting a love story that survived fame, temptation, and scandal. They built a family brand. Cameras followed them into their home for Snoop Dogg's fatherhood, where audiences saw a stern but loving father guiding his children with discipline and humor. Behind the camera, though, the reality appears far darker. Insiders now allege that cracks were visible long before the DNA tests. While Snoop was selling the image of the perfect husband, he was also fighting off infidelity rumors that dated back to the late 90s. In 1998, just a year after marrying Shawnte, he fathered a son, Julian, with another woman, Lori Hellman. At the time, the rapper publicly acknowledged the child, but close friends say that decision created a rift that never healed. Some in his circle claim Shawnte used that betrayal as leverage, reminding him who controlled the purse strings, the household, and eventually his career.
Ever found yourself scrambling to pay a bill?
As you say, man, you know, payback is something else, ain't it? But keep watching.
She just a strong black woman off the tippy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What makes this story even more complicated is that Shawnte isn't only Snoop's wife. She is also his manager, business partner, and gatekeeper. Since officially stepping into that role in June 2021, she's overseen nearly every aspect of his empire. His entertainment ventures, beverage partnerships, and even his 2023 acquisition of Death Roa Records. Publicly, Snoop credited her with his stability, saying he wouldn't be where he is without her guidance. Privately, those same contracts now look like chains. According to one member of his team, Snoop's legal advisors are examining whether her control was ever about love or about leverage. The tension reportedly exploded early this year when Suge Knight, the former Death Roa Records boss and longtime Snoop rival, resurfaced online from prison with a post that many dismissed as rambling. In February 2024, Knight wrote on X that Shawnte had been seen taking private trips to Hawaii with another man. At the time, Snoop's representatives brushed it off as a bitter man's attempt to stir chaos. But now, with these alleged DNA findings circulating among lawyers, those words have taken on new meaning. Could that have been the first public hint of something far deeper?
The few, like if we really dig, I believe we're going to find probably 3 or 4 dudes over the years that she had long-term side piece type relationships with.
Shawnte herself has spent recent years cementing her own brand power. She runs Boss Lady Entertainment, manages recording and film projects, and even co-launched the Broadus collection, products inspired by their daughter Corey's health challenges. By all appearances, she is the backbone of Snoop's personal and professional life. Yet the sudden shift in his demeanor during the past few months, especially during recent public appearances, has fueled speculation that the facade has cracked. In one NBC interview last fall, he praised her as the good to my bad. But those close to him now describe a man who feels betrayed and humiliated. If the DNA results are real, and so far...
Now, the thing is, the DNA results are real. So as you just seen on the video, and something I just found out. See, Julian was fathered with another woman early in their relationship. So what do people do? They get back. See, you never really get away with anything. So what they're saying about these DNA results is Corey does not belong to Snoop. Allegedly, just like Julian does belong to Shawnte, which has been confirmed. So they have got some DNA tests that popped up about little young Corey, aka Chocolate, that she may not be Snoop, because during that time she was conceived. Hey man, a lot of y'all think y'all be out here cheating and think that your woman's sitting at home and that she's not doing anything. Hey, she got somebody in her DM too. And guess what? Shawnte is not an ugly woman. She's a smart woman, and she was smart enough to tie him down, get him bound in all these contracts. She probably was, like he said, she was behind him even purchasing Death Roa, because guess what? Now that they filed for a divorce, she gets half. The kids are grown. She gets half. Kind of like Michael Jordan's wife, Juanita. Man, she took $600 million from Jordan. Hey, man, and kept it pushing. So, God, let this be a lesson to you, man. If you don't want to be with her no more, man, go on about your way. But Snoop's past has come back to haunt him in a big way due to these DNA tests. Can you dig it? You only can keep a secret quiet for so long. But I don't want to keep y'all too long. So make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you know the rest, guys. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed. And make sure you getting plenty of rest. And stay the fuck out of trouble.